Hello students, we will begin with the revision of chapter number 3 Chemical Reactions and Equations for standard 10th. This chapter carries 6 marks with option and 4 marks without option. As this is a little lengthy chapter, the revision will be taken in 2 parts. So you are watching part 1 of the video. We'll begin with the definition part. You know that definitions carry 1 mark. So these are the definitions which are given at the beginning of the chapter. Definition of chemical reaction. A chemical reaction is a process in which some substances undergo bond breaking and are transformed into new substances by formation of new bonds. What are reactants? Substances taking part in chemical reaction are called reactants. What are products? Substances formed as a result of chemical reaction by the formation of new bonds are called products. What is meant by chemical equation? The brief representation of a chemical reaction in a condensed form by making use of chemical formulas is called as chemical equation. So go through all these definitions. What is combination reaction and give example. Give one example actually. This question is very important. It carries 3 marks. All the types of chemical reactions with their definitions and examples you will have to study for 3 marks. So definition of combination reaction will carry 2 marks. Definition is when 2 or more reactants combine together to form a single product, then the reaction is called as combination reaction. Of course, you will have to give one example which will carry 1 mark. So explanation of the reaction along with the balanced chemical equation. If the equation is not balanced, then you will lose 1 mark. So magnesium wire burns in air to form a white powder of magnesium oxide. So this is a very simplest example of combination reaction. So magnesium symbol is Mg, burns in air or oxygen, so plus O2 to form a white powder of magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide formula is MgO. And then you will have to balance the number of atoms on both the sides of the chemical reaction, that is on the reactant side and product side. So we get 2 Mg plus O2 gives 2 MgO. Another reaction, when ammonia vapors, that is NH3, ammonia is NH3, react with hydrochloric acid vapors, that is plus HCl, then ammonium chloride is formed. So formula of ammonium chloride is NH4Cl. This reaction is already balanced. So definition 2 marks, explanation of the chemical reaction along with balanced chemical reaction will carry 1 mark. Next question, what is decomposition reaction? And of course you will have to give an example for decomposition reaction for 3 marks. So definition of decomposition reaction is a chemical reaction in which 2 or more products are formed from a single reactant. So there is a single reactant which forms 2 or more products. So a chemical reaction in which 2 or more products are formed from a single reactant is called as a decomposition reaction. Example, when calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3, is heated, then it decomposes to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So calcium oxide is CaO plus carbon dioxide is CO2. So this reaction is already balanced since CO2 gas is formed, an arrow mark is shown in the upward direction. Another reaction for decomposition reaction, when sugar is heated, sugar formula is C12H22O11. So when sugar is heated, then it decomposes into a black mass of carbon and water vapor. Carbon C plus water vapor means water, H2O. So if you are balancing, you can see there are 12 atoms of carbon, so 12C. There are 22 atoms of hydrogen, so 11 twos are 22. So you'll have to put the coefficient 11 in front of H2O. So 11 twos are 22 hydrogen atoms, and oxygen atoms are 11. So it becomes 11 oxygen. Children, both the reactions, heating of calcium carbonate and heating of sugar, are examples of thermal decomposition reaction. So we need to show the symbol of heating here. So I have shown a triangle, which means that calcium carbonate is being heated and sugar is being heated to form the respective products. This is an activity based question which has been asked many times in the board exam. This question carries 3 marks. The question is, observe the given diagram and answer the following questions based on it. Here you can see that there is a test tube which is containing calcium carbonate, and it is being heated strongly with the help of the burner. And there is this delivery tube which enters into another test tube which is carrying lime water. So what is the process shown in the picture? The process shown in the picture is decomposition of calcium carbonate. Now when calcium carbonate is heated, CaCO3 heated, so we have to show a triangle, symbol of triangle in order to show the symbol of heat. So when calcium carbonate is heated, calcium carbonate decomposes into calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So the second question is, what are the products formed in the reaction? The products formed are calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. And of course the third question is, write down the balanced chemical equation. What is displacement reaction? Give an example. This question also carries 3 marks. Definition of displacement reaction: the reaction in which the place of an ion of less reactive element in a compound is taken by another more reactive element by formation of its own ions is called as displacement reaction. Now children, the definition should be as per the textbook. Example will carry 1 mark. When zinc granules, that is Zn, are added to copper sulfate solution, that is CuSO4, then the more reactive zinc displaces the less reactive copper from copper sulfate to form zinc sulfate, that is ZnSO4, and reddish brown copper, that is Cu, gets deposited on the zinc granules. Another example, when iron nails, that is Fe, are added to copper sulfate solution, that is plus CuSO4, a more reactive iron displaces a less reactive copper from the copper sulfate solution to form light green colored ferrous sulfate, that is FeSO4, and reddish brown copper gets deposited on the iron nail. This is an activity based question for 2 marks based on displacement reaction. The question is for 2 marks. The question given is, complete the given chemical reaction CuSO4 plus Fe. So if we complete the reaction, we get CuSO4 plus Fe will give you FeSO4 plus Cu, that is a more reactive iron displaces a less reactive copper from copper sulfate solution to form ferrous sulfate and reddish brown copper. And write the name of chemical reaction. The given reaction is a displacement reaction. What is double displacement reaction, and give an example. Once again this question carries 3 marks. The reaction in which ions in the reactants are exchanged to form a precipitate. This word is very important. This has to be mentioned in the definition. Is called double displacement reaction. Example: when sodium chloride, that is NaCl, and silver nitrate, that is AgNO3, react with each other, then the ions exchange their position and a white precipitate of silver chloride is formed. So formula of silver chloride is AgCl. A precipitate is formed, therefore arrow mark should be shown in the downward direction, and along with that NaNO3, that is sodium nitrate, will be formed. Another example: when potassium chromate, that is K2CrO4, reacts with barium sulfate, BaSO4, a yellow precipitate of barium chromate is formed. Formula of barium chromate will be BaCrO4. What is the color of the precipitate? Please remember the color of the precipitate of barium chromate. It is yellow colored precipitate. Again you can see that an arrow mark is shown in the downward direction, indicating that this is the precipitate form, and along with that K2SO4, that is potassium sulfate, will be formed. Once again an activity based question for 3 marks. Answer the given questions for the given chemical reaction shown below. The chemical reaction is silver nitrate AgNO3 reacts with sodium chloride NaCl to form silver chloride AgCl plus sodium nitrate NaNO3. So the questions asked are, what is the name of the white precipitate? So the precipitate formed here is silver chloride. So the white precipitate is silver chloride AgCl. Is the precipitate soluble or an insoluble compound? The precipitate silver chloride is an insoluble compound. And is this a redox reaction? It is not a redox reaction. This is another important activity based question which is asked in the board frequently. The question is, add potassium chromate, that is K2CrO4, into the solution of barium sulfate, BaSO4. So what are the probable questions which are based on this particular question? The question carries 3 marks, as I said. What is the color of the precipitate form? Now children, first we must know what is the reaction taking place. When potassium chromate, that is K2CrO4, reacts with barium sulfate, BaSO4, exchange of ions takes place. So barium chromate, that is BaCrO4, will be formed. This is a precipitate and the color of the precipitate is yellow. And K2SO4, that is potassium sulfate, will be formed. So what is the color of the precipitate form? The color of the precipitate formed is yellow. What is the name of the precipitate? Barium chromate. And write down the balanced chemical equation for the reaction. So you write down the reaction. Here you have to put an arrow mark in the downward direction indicating that barium chromate is a precipitate. These are the definitions of endothermic and exothermic reaction. The reactions have never been asked, but identification of the chemical reaction, whether the reaction is endothermic or exothermic, is one of the common question which is asked in the board. So in order to identify whether the given reaction is endothermic or exothermic, we must know what is an endothermic and what is an exothermic reaction. An endothermic reaction is a reaction where heat is absorbed. So when potassium nitrate is added to water, then an aqueous solution of potassium nitrate is formed. If you touch the solution from outside, you will feel that the solution is cold. That means in this case, heat is absorbed by the heat is absorbed during the chemical reaction. So addition of water to potassium nitrate solution is an example of endothermic reaction. The reaction in which heat is given out is an exothermic reaction. So when heat is given out, then it's an exothermic reaction. When heat is taken in or absorbed, then it is an endothermic reaction. When sodium hydroxide is added to water, an aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide is formed along with the release of heat energy. So this becomes an exothermic reaction. Identify the given reactions as endothermic or exothermic. This is how endothermic and exothermic reactions are asked for 1 mark each. So the first reaction is hydrogen chloride reacts with sodium hydroxide to form sodium chloride water, and you can see there is evolution of heat energy. So since heat is evolved during the chemical reaction, it is an exothermic reaction. When potassium chlorate, that is KClO3, is heated, then this heat energy is used to break the bonds between the atoms of potassium chlorate and also for the process of decomposition of potassium chlorate to form potassium chloride and oxygen. So since heat is absorbed in this chemical reaction, it is an endothermic reaction. When calcium oxide reacts with water, calcium hydroxide plus heat energy is liberated here. So it's an exothermic reaction. When calcium carbonate is heated, heat energy is absorbed to break the bonds between the atoms of calcium carbonate, and in order to decompose this particular substance to form calcium oxide and carbon dioxide. So since heat energy is absorbed by calcium carbonate, it is an endothermic reaction. When water is added to potassium nitrate, here you can see heat energy is absorbed, so an aqueous solution of potassium nitrate is formed. So since heat is absorbed in the chemical reaction, it is an endothermic reaction. This is a textual question. Explain the type of chemical reaction with reference to hydrogen and oxygen, and also illustrate the given chemical reaction with examples. So the chemical reactions with reference to oxygen and hydrogen are oxidation reaction and reduction reaction. What is oxidation reaction? The reaction in which reactant combines with oxygen or loses hydrogen to form a product is called oxidation reaction. So either oxygen is added or hydrogen is lost. Simple example, when carbon burns in air or oxygen, then oxygen combines with carbon to form carbon dioxide gas. So in this case, oxygen combines with the reactant. So it becomes a oxidation reaction. When acidified potassium dichromate is added to ethyl alcohol, then ethyl alcohol gets oxidized to form acetic acid. Along with that, water is also formed. Reduction is just the opposite of oxidation. In oxidation, oxygen is added or hydrogen is lost. In reduction, hydrogen is added or oxygen is lost. So the chemical reaction in which reactant gains hydrogen or loses oxygen to form a product is called as reduction reaction. When hydrogen gas is passed over red hot coke, then hydrogen gets added to carbon to form methane gas. When hydrogen gas is passed over black colored copper oxide, then copper oxide will lose oxygen to form copper. So here copper oxide gets reduced to copper. A pinkish colored copper is formed in this case. This is a textual question which has never been asked, but since the question is given behind the textbook, you must know the answers to all the questions that are there in behind the textbook. So the question is, explain the similarity and differences in two events, namely adding sodium hydroxide to water and adding calcium oxide to water. Now when sodium hydroxide is added to water, no new substance is formed. Sodium hydroxide simply dissolves in water and forms an aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide along with the liberation of heat energy. That means it's an exothermic reaction. Calcium oxide reacts with water to form calcium hydroxide along with the liberation of heat energy. So this too is an exothermic reaction. Now what is the similarity between the two events, adding sodium hydroxide to water and adding calcium oxide to water? Now both sodium hydroxide and calcium oxide dissolve in water. Sodium hydroxide dissolves in water to form an aqueous solution of sodium hydroxide, whereas calcium oxide reacts with water to form an aqueous solution of a solution of calcium hydroxide. Both the compounds contain hydroxyl group, so they are bases, and you know bases are bitter in taste, and all bases turn red litmus paper into blue. So we can conclude that both sodium hydroxide and calcium oxide, or calcium hydroxide you can say, both are basic in nature. What is the difference between both of them? Sodium hydroxide is highly soluble in water, so it's a strong base. Calcium oxide is less soluble in water, so it becomes a weak base.